What's up, with your boy HK with the reaction, and today RDC1 dropped earlier and CJ the Champ dropped as well. This is like a holiday right now for me. But we about to react to CJ the Champ. Now he doing the anime crazy people, and this time it's about Light. If y'all watch Death Note, y'all know who Light is. Let me tell you something, Light crazy, bro. Light, I was rocking with you in Death Note, but I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't get with what you was doing, man. You was a little too crazy, you feel me? I seen the vision, but the vision was it was wild, bro. The vision wasn't 2020. But we gonna see what he's talking about today. If y'all not sub with that sub and the like button, you know we love CJ the Champ videos around here, so I'm excited for this. It's 37 minutes too. Make sure y'all snacks, y'all drinks. Hit that sub button for your boy before we get to it though. I know some of y'all watching, y'all not sub. Hit that sub button. But let's get to it. Alright, y'all, this is CJ the Champ. Light YAGAMI's anime's deadliest serial killer. Light, you about 5'8", boy, 5'7". But you a savage. Let's get to it. He a real savage.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another installment of Anime's Deadliest
Yes,
Serial Killer.
Who's the last
and
one?
Today we dive into the case of the most notorious serial killer in anime history,
yes,
and that
Light.
is none other than Kira, aka Light.
Bro, shout out, I like L.
My
L's
God,
my favorite.
with all the evidence and the
boy
amount
right
of
here.
victims this man racked up,
boy
this
L, bro.
case is gonna be a beefy one. So let's stop wasting time. So without further ado, it's time to dive in to the Kira case.
Let's get to it.
Light.
If y'all ain't seen Death Note by now, bro, you ain't ever gonna see it.
One of the most diabolical.
I'm playing. You can watch it if you haven't.
A man with a kill count that ranges in the 6 figures and had a whole cult.
He had a cult.
Praising this guy, thinking that he's the Messiah.
I need somebody to help me glorify God and stretch out your arms, open up your mouth and say anyway.
But you have to wonder how the actual did this generic ass background character looking toothpick
he do seem like a background low key
become one of the most notorious mass murderers in fiction.
He about 5'7", 100 pounds.
That is why we are here. So first off, we need to know what the hell the weapon was to commit all these homicides, and that of course is the Death Note. Now I'm pretty sure everybody knows how this thing works, but if you forgot, here's a quick refresher.
Write that
the
name.
human whose name is written in this note shall die.
I like Death Note, bro. I didn't like it when everybody
the person's face in their mind when writing his or her name. Therefore, people sharing the same name will not be affected. If the cause of death is written within 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen. And finally, after writing the cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, with all that explained, we can now move into the first major incident, and that is, of course, the first confirmed 52 victims. Now, when Light first found the Death Note, when it conveniently dropped right in front of him, he thought to himself, man, this is some bullshit. What is this, a sick joke? Who the hell would believe this? But Light, being a little curious George,
the way they found him is crazy. Like,
so later on, when Light got home, bro was a little bored. So he ended up thinking in his head, I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it out, right? So Light's
I tried it out in real life, I don't think I would.
So he ended up turning on the news and hearing,
breaking news.
That's kind of crazy.
A local crackhead is holding 8 children hostage at a daycare.
So Light said, okay, let's write this guy's name down. I mean,
when
he's
he
a
did
criminal
this,
after all. So 40 seconds later, the news comes back on and says,
I feel like that's too much power for anybody.
The children have been set free and the assailant just over and died.
Well, this man Light was shook. He was like, no.
Should have stopped there, bro. He should have stopped there.
Right? No
fucking way, right? As like a last case scenario in life.
This local crackhead was the first victim of Light, but Light needed more proof. Because he thought it just had to be a random coincidence that bro had a heart attack when he wrote his name down. So later on that same night, while Light is walking back from cram school, he ends up seeing this lady walking, and these bikers come up and start to harass her. So ugly biker bastard right here ends up saying, "Hey there, pretty lady. How about you come fuck with a real nigga?
Hey, yo.
Spit on that thing for me."
Ooh.
So these freaky ass niggas try to read through a healer shorty.
I wasn't mad when he like did what he had to do.
Convenience store watching the whole thing like, not on my watch, you 69 gods. So he wrote bro's name down.
How do you know?
The cause be of accidental death, and the rest was history.
How do you know his name, bro?
Away, while ugly bastard tries to track her down.
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
How do you even know his name?
And
I don't
just
remember.
like that, Light caught another body, and this man was stunned. He was like, no,
I'm that nigga.
No fucking way.
I'm that guy.
I just summoned Truck Coon. That means
He said Truck Coon? Oh no.
And at this point, Light's got a
that's too much power, bro.
This man went back to the crib.
I like to think that nobody else would be like that, but
and said, "I'm about to cleanse this water."
Never know,
garbage. Man. So this man looked up a list of criminals and just started getting active. This nigga
that's too much power. I'm not mad at what he did though. You know what I mean?
And he just started racking up.
What if bro? He accidentally. I mean, he stole a candy bar from Walmart. You murking him too? You know what I mean? All that matters.
Bodies.
So I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Crazy thinking in his head. Yeah, that ugly bastard that was talking to that little girl the other day. Enjoy being unemployed with Dr. Disrespect. And this man went through the whole night just writing down names.
Yeah, Dr. Disrespect.
Whole pages were full. And look at this man breathing hard as hell, looking like he just ran a 5K. And just off of that one night.
Right, man. You know his hands cramping.
Now, here's the wild part. That was just criminals that died of heart attacks. Because when Interpol got this information, they was like, there could be some people that were unaccounted for. So that death toll could have easily been over 100.
That's a
so
fact.
After Light racked up all of his first victims, the name
Kira
started spreading like wildfire. Because Light was constantly dropping off niggas. Every single day he was killing multiple criminals. And people all around the world was supporting this man. They had Reddit threads and Discord servers just glazing this nigga. And this just amped up his God complex even more.
Did he fly?
He's looking at this Light. Yeah, that's right. Glaze me, nigga. Polish this Willie. And of course now he got this A1 instigating Shinigami Ryuk attached to his hip the whole time now. But even though Light was killing only criminals, at the end of the day, it was still murder. And this is when this man fell for the trap. Now this is
that boy L had him. He was running laps around Light until he wasn't.
Or you just think to yourself,
when L died, the show fell off to me, bro. I'm sorry.
Made this crucial mistake.
I never liked
and that mistake was killing Linda L. Taylor on live TV. So a public
when I tell you L was whooping him, boy,
and this man announces himself as L. But obviously, this ain't L. But Light didn't know. So Linda L. Taylor starts speaking and saying, "Good afternoon, world. My name is Linda L. Taylor.
That boy was running laps around L, boy. I mean, L was running laps around him.
You are evil, and you are just a mindless serial killer. And I'm gonna bring your punk ass to justice."
So while Light
he did not say that. If y'all really
here come this instigating ass nigga.
You going for that?
I'm not gonna lie, that nigga pressing your shit right now. So what the fuck you gonna do about it, huh? So here come this man Light. His ego is challenged. You think I'm fucking evil? Quit all that fucking yapping, nigga.
Why would he do that, bro? See, he really started thinking like that. That's what was problem.
To work quick.
You just happened to stumble across the book.
After he finished, he was like, "Yeah, that's right. I'll show the world what happens if you defy me." So 40 seconds later, and Linda L. Taylor has a heart attack, croaks over, and dies. And here go Light thinking he got it in the bag. What's wrong?
Boy, you thought that was L?
But see, you was talking to that shit.
What's good, fuck, nigga?
Huh?
He doing Discord.
Kira, I can't believe it. You was one dumbass nigga. You really think I'd get my introverted ass on TV and impress you like this?
Bro.
You one stupid ass nigga, and now I know all your shit. The dude you just killed? Yeah, he was due for execution today anyway, so he could go off. Also, this is not a worldwide broadcast. We only broadcasting this in the Kanto region of Japan.
Wow.
So, I know exactly where you at. So come on, motherfucker. Go on ahead and try to kill me.
He did that?
Come on.
Man, I even forgot about it. I forgot when he did it.
Show me you got some balls on you.
You
need a name in her face.
Fuck.
Wow.
He got your ass. Could it be me though?
Oh nah.
On my mama, I'm coming for your bitch ass, and I'm gonna put your.
I'm over here getting interested like I ain't see the show.
So after this man L played Light like a fool and pressed the living hell out of him, the investigation on Kira went into full effect. So this is where we move on to our next set of evidence and next set of victims. And our first key victim is Ray Pinber. Now, Ray Pinber was a FBI agent. Yeah, this case got so big that this man L ended up getting help from the FBI to come solve this case.
He was killing bodies on bodies.
This shit got. Because Light was murdering like 23 niggas a day at this point.
Oh
he was dropping at least one body an hour and just toying with L the whole time. So L suspected that whoever Kira was had to have ties to the police, because how the hell would this person be getting all this information on these criminals? And what do you know? Light's dad is the police chief.
Officer,
so L basically made every single person that had ties to the police be kept under surveillance by the FBI. And Ray Pinber's job was to survey Light. And obviously Light didn't need this type of heat. So Light decided,
this man really was like, I'm like,
so
he took one down a dark path, bro.
And that was the bus jacking incident. So for this,
that happened to everybody, yo?
So he found another local crackhead on the most wanted list, Kichiro Otsuruda. I'm not gonna lie, I just butchered that man's name. So the second part of his plan,
it's not claim to me.
So this man dialed up one of his shorties on his roster and called her and said,
my boy Light was like that.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. Like, for real.
You's a freaky ass nigga.
So the next day, Light ends up meeting the girl to go on their date to Disneyland.
That was disturbing.
And of course, Ray Pember is right behind them, following them, all according to Light's plan.
Bro.
So they end up getting on the bus, and Ray Pember sits right behind them.
Yeah, that's a horrible job of hiding. Like, you're literally right there.
15 minutes later, they stop at the next bus.
I'm like, yo, you good?
And the local crackhead gets on the bus, and this man wasted no time. He cocked back the gun and said, "Hey, everybody, sit the fuck down and do your best Rosa Parks impersonation. I'm gonna blow this nigga brains out." But sir, please. I ain't playing with you, nigga. So this man called up Disneyland
his voice over there.
Bring out all the cash you made today, and make sure the nigga that's bringing out got on a Minnie Mouse costume.
Oh,
sir, we're
nah.
able to comply with your demands, but why the Minnie Mouse costume?
Good question.
So I can get my nut off, nigga. The fuck else you expect? So while this lunatic is high out of his mind and going
like,
wild, this
man
man
really a
Pember
freaky
leans over
frog.
and says, "All right, y'all, like he said, stay calm and do your best." Rosa
like,
Parks
who are you, bro?
My name is Ray Pember, FBI. So when this man Light looked at this man's ID, bro just smirked.
Got his name. Got his name.
Stupid ass nigga. All according to plan.
Got his name in
So
the
Light
face.
digs in his pocket and drops a piece of paper on the floor. So the crackhead's like, "The fuck you moving for, you little shit? You want me to blow your brains out, nigga?" But Light meant to drop that paper because that was a piece of the Death Note. So old boy turns around and
sees
starts
the monster.
because he ends up seeing Ryuk behind him. So bro just starts
smart.
emptying the mag, trying to shoot this man Ryuk, but obviously it ain't working. So bro ran up to the bus driver and said, "Oh Lord, get me off this bus." So the bus driver,
he gonna crash.
Bro runs out into the street, and
Get hit.
Cartoon comes flying down the street and splatters this nigga's guts like the Nickelodeon logo. And of course,
I mean, he got the name though, so all that matters.
With no emotion,
Got the name.
Looks at his watch and said, 11:45 on the dot, right on schedule. Light staged this entire bus jacking, because using the Death Note, he made this man board the bus, attempt to hijack it, then jump out and get hit by a car.
I've seen this. Why am I saying wow?
And then at the end of this, Ray Pember thinks nothing suspicious of this man, because he thought, I mean, he couldn't be Kira, because he would have just offed him when he got on the bus. So now this man does not suspect Light, and Light has his
full name. Yep.
So after Light boomed the second local
How's he gonna
crackhead,
kill
it
Ray
was time
without,
to move
you know
into
what I mean?
phase 3 of his plan. So about a week later, at a subway station, he ends up
Subway?
seeing Ray
Oh,
Pember
I was like,
walking.
he eating Subway
Light
for a
puts
butt?
on his hood looking like he about to hit a lick. So he gets
They
behind
eat
him and
Subway in
says,
Japan?
"Ray Pember, don't move a fucking muscle or I'll drop your ass right here." So Light tells this man
like a
that
bad
he's
habit,
Kira,
boy.
and to prove it, he said, "Look over there. You see that nigga with them glasses on? I'ma drop that nigga right now."
What he do to you?
Right here starts having a heart attack and dies.
Oh my, what did he
Bro straight
do?
up off this man in the public eye. And then Light told him, "Don't worry, you shouldn't feel bad for him. He was a registered sex offender and a PDF file.
Oh my.
Caught him talking to 3 little boys the other day." So Light gives him an earpiece and tells him to board a train. So later on when he boards the train, Light tells him to open the envelope. And he sees all these papers. So Light says in his ear, "I want you to write your boss's name and every single FBI agent that came here in Japan.
Does he actually do
your
it?
ass and your bitch right the fuck now." So Ray Pember writes down all the names. So after
really
this,
did it?
Light told him wait 30
Why
minutes
don't I remember
and then
this?
get off the train. So 30 minutes pass. Ray Pember gets off the train
gonna pass
and
out
it
now?
happens.
Dang.
And right before the lights went out, this man looked up and saw who Kira was the whole time and thought before he died, "You've got to be fucking kidding me." So after the lights went out for Ray Pember, so did the rest of the FBI's. Because the sheet that Ray Pember wrote those names on were Death Note sheets. So the other 11 agents that were in Japan and his boss shortly died right after Ray. And just like that, Light Yagami did the unthinkable. This man bitched the FBI because
That's
the director of the
genius.
FBI calls L and tells him,
Mr. L,
This man's
I'm
cooking.
sorry,
America's gonna have to pull out of this one. This shit's getting out of hand. Now it seems that Light is ready to make his
He
victory
said, this is
lap,
not American
but there was
problem.
one problem. There was a loose end, and that loose end was Ray Pember's fiance, a former FBI agent. So she did some snooping around and quickly figured out whoever Kira was had to be on that bus. Also, she ended up figuring out that he can kill in other ways besides a heart attack. So a couple days later, she goes to the police station because she's basically figured out this entire thing. All she needs to know was who was on the bus. So when she goes to the police station,
Not that kind of
asks
bus.
to speak to Light's dad, who is over the case, just by coincidence,
Light
walks
walked in.
and overhears
That's
her talking
horrible.
about it. So Light was
Horrible
like,
coincidence.
"Who is this bitch?" So he walks up to
That's
her and
horrible
tells
for her.
"Hi, excuse me, ma'am. My name's Light. Pleasure to meet you. You see, my dad is the chief of the police force, so I can help you out real quick. You know what I'm saying?" So they end up walking outside and they start chatting it up.
Coincidence,
So the
bro.
first thing Light asks is, Miss Beautiful Miss, can I have your name? So she says, my name's Shoko Maki. So Light already has the name. So now his plan
No
was
way.
to just talk her up, figure out what she knows, and if she knew too much, he was gonna offer. So they kept on talking, and she just kept on yapping. But everything she said was right. And the real stinger was, she said that, so my fiance said that he showed somebody his ID, and he wasn't supposed to. So whoever he showed his ID to,
I ain't make it sound like
that's
that.
most definitely Kira. So Light was like, shit, she knows way too much.
She
got to die now. Because if they pull up
Tonight.
them bus cameras, Light's cooked. So here go this sinister ass nigga. So bro starts
Patrick was
asking
wild
her
in the episode.
questions, but in reality, he's writing down her name. So Light thinks he's got her. But a couple of more seconds pass, and she's still alive.
Nani?
So Light ends up figuring out, because Ryuk's ass was laughing at him the whole time, that she used the alias. So that was not her real name. So Light is starting to panic. It is do or die right now. Because if she gets back to the police station, he's done. So he pulled this last trick out of his ass and told her, well, you see, ma'am, it's gonna be actually impossible for you to go back to the police station because they're very busy right now. But it's okay though, because I'm on the Kira task force. Oh my gosh, really? Yeah, I have connections to
She
L
fall for
too.
this?
So this Pinocchio long-nosed
she
lion
fall for this?
nigga basically baited her and told her, you know what, man, you are really smart. You should join the task force with us. All you gotta do is show me your ID so I can check your credentials. So obviously, she
That
jumped
sounds
at
sus.
the idea because she wants to bring
She
her
ain't
fiance's
fall for
killer
this.
to justice. So she whips out her ID and it's over. Light saw her real name, wrote it down, and made the Cosby of unaliving herself. So right before tragedy was about to strike, she asked this man, why do you keep on looking at your watch? Oh, because I'm Kira. Duh, stupid bitch.
Oh my.
And it was over. She ended up walking
I gotta-
away, and she's going to unalive herself in GTA. And
Hold
while she's walking away,
on.
this sick nigga
I might gotta
is
rewatch
talking and
this
saying,
anime, bro.
ma'am, what's wrong? You still need to use my phone, right? Thought we were gonna catch Kira.
I might gotta
What makes
rewatch
even
this,
more
bro.
tragic, they never found her body. We don't know what the hell happened to her. All we know is that she unalived
Am I hearing the
herself.
Call of Duty zombie
And
music
with
in the
that,
background?
the bus jacking
That's
incident
terrifying.
comes to a close.
I gotta rewatch this now. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
man.
This
chop,
is
chop, move it on.
this
We
is
got
making me
more
feel
people
like
dying.
get into it more than I was when I
For our next
watched
set
it.
of evidence. Now, obviously, we know Light's biggest opposition
L.
is L, one of the smartest characters in fiction. This nigga's
L's a
anime
goat, bro.
Sherlock
I like L.
Holmes, and this
I
man was
love
on
L.
Light's ass 24/7 because he always had a hunch that Light was Kira. I mean, he literally walked up to bro and said, "Hey, man, my name's L, and I think there's a 5% chance that you're Kira."
What?
Hey, yo, that percent was rising
I'm
very
not
fast.
sure all the way, but there's like a 5% chance, bruh. He had this man join the Kira task force
hilarious.
to keep an eye on him more. He even had cameras set up in his room, watching him 24/7. So you know damn well that he was watching him yanking his shit.
I mean, Light was getting hoes.
He
I
acting
don't
like
know.
I'm
He
reaching. You think
Light was
Light was
getting hoes.
cracking Misa?
Yes.
Fuck no, he hated this bitch.
He did, but who
Speaking of that,
cares?
let's go ahead and introduce the
Most people hate their girlfriends nowadays, anyways, bro. Who cares?
accomplice. The second
They not
Kira,
playing.
Misa, absolute brain dead. This girl suffers from brain dead,
Yo, Misa was ride or die though.
and she's just deeply in love with this nigga. And the
Ride or
reason why
die,
is because
boy.
her parents were murdered. And lo and behold, guess who brought justice?
That's like Aaron and
to the murderer?
Aaron and
F
Yotsuba.
that nigga. And how she got a death note is even
That was crazy. That was crazy.
One night she was walking home and she got approached by some crazy ass stalker nigga.
Oh,
and
my.
he was ready to kill her. So a Shinigami named Jealous that was weirdly in love with her decided to save her life and kill the stalker at the cost of his life.
You can't
so
do that.
Rim decided, I might as well give her the death note. He would have wanted it this way. And tada, Miss Brainrot became the second Kira. So Light decided to use her because she had the Shinigami eyes and she could see any person's name just by looking at them. But at the cost of half her lifespan, boy. But Light knew he needed her to dep in his bag so he could kill people 10 times easier. So he made her pose as his girlfriend. So time passes, and one day, Elle ends up capturing Misa, suspecting her of being the second Kira, because they raided her apartment and just found a bunch of shit. So she got put in confinement. So Light said, it's time to activate.
Yo, this plan was crazy.
So
now this plan was crazy
Misa
though.
Did not confess. He had Rim make her relinquish ownership of the Death Note, so it would wipe all of her memories of it. Then had Rim and Ryuk swap notebooks, and in the notebook he wrote down 2 BS rules that basically said if the person that is using the notebook hasn't wrote down a name in 13 days, they die. And if you destroy the notebook, all the humans that have used it will die. So he told Rim, go give this notebook to a greedy, power-hungry bastard and let them become Kira, while I give myself up to Elle, relinquish ownership of the Death Note, and go into solitary confinement.
Getting lost. That's how crazy this plan was.
50 days.
Damn.
And that's what Light did. Because on day 7 of his confinement, Light gave up his ownership of the Death Note and lost all of his memories of it to take all suspicion off of him. And on day 15, the murders started back up again. And the person murdering these people was Mr. Kyosuke Higuchi of the Yotsuba group. So him and this group decided to kill other businessmen to further the growth of their company. These niggas was Disney just building a bigger monopoly, but their downfall was they had some rats. And that was these two right here, because they basically sold out and was talking to Elle the whole time. So over time, after Light and Misa was released from confinement, and Elle and Light, the 2 smartest niggas on the earth working on the case simultaneously, ended up figuring out that it was Higuchi. So one night they ended up baiting him out with a fake broadcast saying that they're about to reveal who Kira is. So later on, while this man is speeding down the road, he ends up getting stopped by a cop. So the cop do his thing. He like, license and registration, please. So Higuchi's like, all right. But this man was not reaching for the license. He was reaching for the Death Note. And he made the Shinigami ideal so he could see the officer's name. So he wrote bro's name down. The officer
let you do that?
So this man starts a whole high-speed chase, running from this cop.
The officer let you write his name down, bro?
The cop ends up having a heart attack and crashes into the back of a truck.
Oh my, double whammy.
By Truck Coon. Damn, this nigga's on a tail.
Truck Coon undefeated, we know that.
All units, arrest this nigga. And I kid you not, this shit went from Death Note to Tokyo Drift. So this man had the whole task force chasing him, Elle, Light, and Watery in the chopper.
Yeah, this was, bro, this was crazy, bro.
So while this man Higuchi
this is peak part of the show, peak.
This man runs into a police blockade. So he ends up getting cornered and he is trapped. So he tries to drive the other way, but FaZe Watery is up here on the helicopter and says, not on my watch, fuckboy. And shoots his tire out, makes him spin out, and he crashes into the wall. And it was over.
Why do people go crazy when they get a notebook?
So they cuff him, pin him down, and they start interrogating him. Now here's where this master manipulator plan comes full circle. So while they're interrogating him, Higuchi tells him that there is a notebook that allows him to do all of his killings. So Light Dad goes in and searches the car, and he finds the Death Note. So when he touches it and starts looking through it, he ends up seeing Rim and freaks the out. So then the other detective comes over and he says, Chief, are you all right? The fuck you screaming for? Oh shit! So that man Elle says, bring the notebook over to the helicopter. So Elle gets the notebook and just starts staring into nothingness, just going into a deep thought. But he ended up realizing there has to be more than one notebook because there were 2 Kiras. And while that was happening, Light was like, let me see it. And Light grabbed the notebook.
And all his memory came back.
Bro, like he entered the avatar state. Every single memory came back into this man's head. So I was like, bro, are you good? And Light was like, oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It swaps over to his face and it's over. This nigga just thinking, yes, I've won.
Yeah, this was peak. I ain't gonna lie, this is peak Death Note.
So this man pulls out a piece of paper that he had in his.
But how would he know his name?
Himself and makes him bleed and writes down Higuchi's name with his blood. And 40 seconds
how do you know
later,
his name?
while they're taking him back to the car to arrest him, Higuchi has a heart attack, falls to his knees, and dies. And look at this man's face, bro. It is all over. It was just about to get worse from here. So they get back to headquarters and they start looking over the Death Note and they find those fake bogus rules that Light made. And that fake 13 days rule basically cleared him and Misa's name. So they were off the hook. So this is when Light's mass manipulation went overboard.
My boy L,
he made Misa go find the other Death Note, gain all of her memories back, then left a note saying, yeah, you remember that guy L? Find his real name and kill him. So she makes the Shinigami ideal again, cutting her lifespan in half again. And he makes her start killing people again. And this is where Rim ended up realizing what Light's full plan was. And that was to get suspicion back on Misa so that Rim would have to intervene and kill L to protect Misa because Rim deeply cared about Misa. So it was pretty much wraps from here. The power
well, I'm locked. I'm locked in like I ain't never seen this show.
Fighting for his life. So he ends up deleting all the data, and then a few seconds later, it happens. L has a heart attack, falls over, and before he dies, the last thing that he sees is this evil, dick-headed ass smirk just to rub it in.
When L died, the show went down,
the lights
bro.
went out. L was dead. Now here comes
I'm letting you know when L died,
look
bro.
At this fucker, he's like,
the show fell off. I don't like Nier. I never liked Nier.
Shinigami guys. You know, y'all, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad watching this again.
But I have to admit, game is game. This man is the best mass manipulator right beside this bastard. So
master
then later
manipulator
he ends up
and habitual liar too.
Ashes because she died because she was saving Misa, and Light just casually takes his Death Note back. So after this, Light was about to go on another mass murder requiem. This man stands at the top of the building, pulls out his pen, and just started going on a rampage. These two people that were on the task force, that were basically convicts, yeah, it was raps for them. Bootleg Nina Williams. She's out here riding her motorcycle. She has a heart attack, crashes the motorcycle, and dies. And this next one was tragic. This dude right here, Iber, his wife and kid walks in the room, and the kid's like, Daddy! Just to see his dad's corpse fall on the ground. Oh man, and y'all remember the Yotsuba group? They thought they were scot-free. Renji gets up and tells Suguru that we did it, man. This is a new start for Yotsuba.
Yeah, I did not do nothing.
Stock is about to roar.
Other than dig your graves.
For this man to fall over, cough up blood, and old boy right here knew he was cooked. He has a heart attack, and every single member of the Yotsuba group
Light
died.
was too,
Light didn't stop
evil.
There. Now I have a
too evil,
because
bro.
They didn't
too
confirm
evil.
this, but I honest to God think that this is true. While he's on this killing montage, it shows all the past news reporters that have reported on this man. Now you see this woman
they
right
all
here.
died?
This on this board where it shows a bunch of criminals being wiped out.
They all died.
Is on the bottom right. And
he killed all the news people.
So that tells me this nigga killed all of the news reporters. That
they just doing their job.
I'm sick. I'm actually fucking sick.
Yeah, Light was wildin', bro.
Y'all can suck my dick, TMZ. And after this, it just got worse. Over the next 5
years, it was 5 years. Time
killings increased
and there it came
because there was nobody that could stop him. So this is a time where this man had to have dropped off at least 100,000 plus. Nigga, America claimed him as law, judge, jury, and executioner because they couldn't do nothing.
No, that's insane.
Look at George Bush old ass. You know he ain't do shit. But I can't blame
that nigga law. I mean, that nigga's nice.
The reign of terror just got worse and worse.
That's crazy.
And worse.
There's nothing you can do about that, bro.
I mean, the nigga can control Truck Kun on command. And the most chilling thing this man ever did was go to L's grave and just start derangingly laughing his ass off. Look at this nigga. He has his
L
ass
shouldn't have died.
He's twerking at his grave and spitting on his shit. I mean, look at that thing. That shit is moving.
Okay,
this nigga
that's too far. That was too far.
Testicles, nigga. And with Light's victory, We now move into our final set of evidence. Now, at this point in time, Light has taken the mantle of L. Yes, Light just didn't kill L. He took his whole flow, his whole name. And L's successors, Nier and Mello, are now on his ass. So Mello in the Mafia decided to kidnap the director of the MPA so they could trade him for the Death Note. So guess what Light did? Ding, 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 you probably guessed
Kill the director.
Light kills the director of the MPA, so the Mafia will lose their leverage. But guess what? That's just the start of this last little list that I have. So you want to hear some more terrible shit? I got you. So since Light killed the director of the MPA, Mello and the Mafia decided, let's kidnap this man's sister so they could get more leverage. So after this whole trade went down and they got back his sister, she was so traumatized by this experience. Her mind was broken. She was so fucked up she couldn't even talk. Had her in a wheelchair and everything at Arkham Asylum. And his sister was sadly a victim of his actions. But guess who also was a victim of his actions? His daddy.
His pops.
Yeah. This man used his dad as a pawn. So to get back that Death Note, Light decided to relinquish his. It made Misa send a message that said Kira will be relinquishing his Death Note to somebody in the task force. And guess who took ownership of that Death Note?
Dad?
And made the Shinigami ideal? His daddy. So later on, they end up raiding Mello's hideout. And at the end of the raid, Light tells his dad to confront Mello. So while Light's dad is confronting Mello, Light's dad was hesitant about writing his name down and killing him. So one of the dudes that was left alive shoots his dad in the back.
I mean, he got armor though, right?
Blows up his hideout.
Jesus.
So after this,
armor don't matter.
They're in the hospital and Light's dad is about to die. So you know what this sick, pathetic bastard does? He says, Dad, please, before you go, you've got to write his name down.
Is this nigga serious?
Come on, old motherfucker, help me out here, damn it. Do something useful for your son before you fucking die.
Oh my God. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him up, please. Black, get him the
fuck. Bro, he was committed to the cause. You got respect. Nah, you don't got respect. You don't got respect.
How pathetic this shit was.
I'm gonna say you respect it, but you don't.
Your dad is about to die because of your actions, by the way.
And all you care about is the book.
Gonna get somebody's name for your personal gain. Sick bastard. And this wasn't even the worst part. Since his dad had the Shinigami eyes, he looked at Light and said, "Oh, sonny boy, I'm glad to see that you not Kira because I could see your lifespan. I could die at peace."
Wow.
This man's dad died not knowing that his son was Kira because he relinquished that Death Note. Because the thing was that if you were a user of the Death Note, a person with Shinigami eyes could not see your lifespan. So his dad died living a lie. Sickening shit. And his blood is on Light's hands. So this man joins Doflamingo in the Patricide Club. Now we have come down to our last major victim.
At least he died thinking it was cool.
Peak manipulation. So while Kira's influence was growing stronger in the world, and Light was out here inciting riots to stop Nier, he needed the right people to spread his message. So the ex-Kira, Teru Mikami, who was basically Light's right-hand man, that he personally chose after making Misa relinquish her Death Note again and losing all of her memories, decided we need a change of management. So this fat nigga, Demigawa, who is the leader of Kira's kingdom and is the spokesperson for this cult, decided to stream their Sunday service on TV.
Tell me how you feel now.
Brother. This man, Steve Harvey.
So Mikami said, fuck these niggas. So he deletes every single one of these lunatics on live TV.
Delete.
Then he saved Demigawa's fat ass for last. He said, the doors of the church are open. But So after Mikami disbanded the Church of Kira, he chose a loyal supporter of Kira to be the next spokesperson. And that was Kiyomi Takada, Light's ex-girlfriend back in college. So you see where this is probably gonna go, right? So Light convinced the task force that we should use Shorty to get some more leverage on Kira and find out who that is.
I kind of remember this part, not that much though.
Light had ulterior motives with her. So one night, he meets up with her. So here go this manipulation riz.
They run a notepad, right?
You looking as fine as ever.
They run a notepad.
and he just had her in the palm of his hand. So he basically told her, look, shorty, I'm Kira, and I see that my dog has chosen you as my spokesperson, so I'ma make you the goddess of the new world. And she was so ecstatic. She was entrenched in this nigga. And yeah, y'all could probably guess what happened after this. Now they don't show it, but let's be real. Light laid the pipe on her ass.
I mean, that's light, man. You know what I mean? It was light for him, you feel me?
So after Light got done getting his freak on and getting Takada to work with him, he had Shorty basically being another Kira. So he made Mikami make a fake notebook and sent the actual names to Takada, bringing her in and making her do some damn killing. And she was just dignitized. She had that Jeffrey Dahmer syndrome when Shorty's was fiending over that nigga for some odd reason. But time for shit to get crazy. So one day, Takada ends up getting
you don't consider this crazy already?
Kidnapped by Mello. So a couple hours passed and Mello started trying to interrogate her. Bro pulled out the gun and said, all right, chop chop, take off them clothes and start shaking them booty cheeks. I'ma blow your fucking brains out,
brother,
bitch.
you a fan.
So while she starts stripping, she ends up taking a piece of the death note out that she had in her bra. So while Mello's transporting her in the back of this truck, she ends up calling Light and she on the phone saying, oh my God, baby, please help me. This great nigga came, put me in the back of my truck and told me to shake my booty cheeks. So Light said, baby, calm down. Now, did you do what I told you to do if you ever got in a situation like this? Yeah. And that is what she did, because she wrote Mello's name down and killed that nigga.
She had the eyes?
But Light, being a sick and twisted bastard, decided, nah, I'ma get as much out of you as I can until your gas tank is empty, bitch. So Light told her on the phone,
the time has come. Execute
what happened?
Order 66.
So he made her call up Mikami and made her tell him, send me as many criminals as you can so I can go on a killing spree. So while she was doing that, he was just sitting in the car on the way to go pick her up.
Light was light, I ain't gonna lie.
Man, you know what? You should have never went to that frat party without me, bitch.
And he killed her?
And it was all over for Shorty.
Wow.
Light made her unalive herself by burning herself alive and setting everything on fire to get rid of every single piece of evidence.
With the nose.
Just like that. That was Light Yagami's final victim.
Yeah, remind me to never be on his team.
On January 28th, this nigga got yeah, I'm not gonna lie. With the final confrontation with Nier, Light got cooked. This nigga went out so sad.
It was bad, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It was hard to watch.
Like a book. It was actually
hard to watch.
Hilarious seeing this nigga lose his mind because Mikami utterly failed. So Light tried to pull a fast one, but Masa just dumped bullets in his ass. So for Light to escape, Mikami just unalived himself. Nigga committed seppuku, and Light just ran away.
It was hard to watch, bro. It was hard.
He was done. So Ryuk, watching over the whole thing, was just like,
waiting for his time.
I'll give it to you, Light. You was one entertaining motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I need my notebook back. And on January 28th,
that was hard to watch.
Anime's most deadliest serial killer dies of a heart attack.
It was hard,
man,
bro.
How everything comes full fucking circle, doesn't it, buddy?
The way he was living too fast.
All right, everybody, it's time for our final tally.
Write it down somewhere,
obviously, keeping kill count in this is literally impossible because there were mad off-screen deaths. And he just wasn't killing criminals. He was killing innocent people, too. And also people with just petty crimes. He probably killed your ass if you got a speeding ticket. Because this motherfucker was just evil. I mean, you know how many families he probably tore apart doing this shit? A lot.
Oh,
shit.
man,
like was one prayer for these families, man. But here's what we'll do. If one of y'all can get an actual reasonable number and people actually agree with you,
too much
in the comment and we'll make that our number. But you know what that number gonna be right now? Drum roll, please.
Let's see, 2,000, 20,000, a lot.
A lot. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I ain't
That's a good answer.
Anyways, man, case closed. And that is another installment of Anime's Deadliest Serial Killers. So, hope y'all enjoyed and get ready, baby. Because our next trial is going to be the beefiest one we've ever had. Yes, I'm already giving you a warning right now. So, until then,
I'm out
this, huh?
Yeah. Who is it? Man, go start the CJ Dachamp page. Where do we even start with this one, bro? I'm not going to lie. That man Light was wildin', man. He was wildin'. It's funny because when I watched Death Note the first time, I didn't even like it that much. But after watching this right here, he made me want to watch Death Note again. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because when he was telling me stuff that I already know happens, I was like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. But I honestly enjoyed it a lot, especially when that part right before L died. You know what I'm saying? That was the peak of Death Note. It was amazing. You know what I'm saying? That I was hooked. Then L died. When L died, I just didn't care. I didn't care no more. But I didn't care. I didn't want to hear about Nier. You know what I'm saying? But Light was, yo, don't disregard the crazy stuff Light did. Light was that guy, bro. He was for his crazy, for the all the, and when it comes to crazies, Light was the coolest crazy, you know what I'm saying, I didn't see. The way this man was playing people, getting what he wanted, it was crazy. I love to see it. It was sick. It was sick and disgusting, and I loved it. Let me know down below how y'all ranked Death Note in y'all animes, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Light definitely is one of the deadliest serial killers of all time, for real. I feel like if any person in this world got the Notebook, eventually it will corrupt your brain. That's too much power. You know what I'm saying? Us humans can't handle that much power. And y'all seen what happened here. Now, the thing is, most people would have got caught a lot earlier because he was doing a little... Actually, I don't know. Maybe not. How would you catch a person like that? You know what I'm saying? I feel like he got caught because he was being too greedy. But he also was smart, so it was hard to get... I don't know. But what I do know is I need y'all to hit that sub button, hit that like button. Hit that sub button. Hit that sub button. Hit that like button. Let me know what y'all want to see next. It's your boy HK Reacts, and we out of here.